Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be fixing the common problem that occurs on all 1 Series, which is the snap spring on the front suspension. So on my car, I was driving along and then all of a sudden had a loud bang and then the front end dropped. So what happened was the spring snapped and almost damaged the alloy, so I took that alloy off and put this space saver tyre on so I could maneuver the car and get it put up on a truck. So the first thing to do is jack the car up safely on axle stands, take the wheel off and assess the damage. So as you can see here guys, the coil spring had snapped at the bottom end, as you can see there. And what's happened is a smaller piece snapped from this bit here, and then the spring just came all the way down. And then this bit here that usually causes the damage on the tyre, which can puncture through the tyre. So luckily on mine, it didn't puncture through the tyre because I stopped driving it straight away, jacked it up and put the space saver on so I can manoeuvre the car. So what we need to do is inspect that it hasn't damaged the brake lines. It seems all okay. So what we need to do is take the leg off and then get a new spring. And while I'm at it, I'm going to check the suspension as well, see the state of that. So let's start taking it all apart. Okay, first of all we're going to remove the caliper. It's held on by two 13mm bolts. They're very easy to take off. Once the bolts have come off, the caliper will just slide off. There you go. What you need to do is make sure it doesn't rest by itself, so tie it with a string or rest it on a piece of wood so it's suspended, so it doesn't put any strain on this flexi pipe here, otherwise this may split and leak. So after we've removed that, we're going to remove some of the bolts to release the suspension leg from the arm. Okay, next we're going to remove the two 16mm drop link bolts. There's one here and there's one at the bottom here. What we need to do is hold it with a 17mm spanner and then undo it with a 16mm spanner. So once it comes off, it should just pop out. Then after that we're going to remove the wheel speed sensor. This cover comes off like this, and then just press this button here and just pull it apart. Okay, now we need to remove these 3 bolts here, plastic bolts, 1, 2, 3 10mm bolt and 1 8mm down there. So we need to take this off so we can access the bolt at the other end to take this off. You can see that plastic bit is covering it up. And out comes the drop link. The drop link is off. I'm going to check it for play. So as you can see, there's too much play, too much free play on these, and even on the other end. So because I've taken the whole lot off, it makes sense to replace everything that's worn out. So I'm going to be replacing this as well. To access that bolt over there, you have to take this fender off. So there's 8mm bolts here, 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 and a couple of bolts under there as well. They may be rusted, which may break off, so you'll have to replace them. The bolt and the little clips that go with it. The fender has been removed from here guys. So as you can see, you can access the bolt easily now, so you can take it off. So you've got the fog light here and all the other bits and bobs that go down here. Okay guys, both the legs are off, the springs are off as well. So use the spring clamps to take the spring off. I'm going to be replacing the shock absorber as well, because it's been leaking oil. Also, look how loose this is. It shouldn't be doing this. So I'm going to take this out and put the new one in. These are the tools that I've been using. Having an air line and an air ratchet makes life so much easier. Also got the battery operated one as well. So these are the new parts. The whole shock absorber is out. The bolt and nut goes here that secures it, and then it lines up that bracket there. So now it's just a matter of putting it all back together. There you go guys, this is how it looks like. So all this needs to be tightened up. The bracket is on there. A new spring, a new shock absorber has been fitted. Upon removal I noticed this shock absorber was leaking, so that's been replaced. Everything's been put back together. Now all that remains is put the caliper back on and put the road wheel back on, and then check if there's any further play. Okay, the other side is done. New shock absorber, new spring, top mounts all okay. So now this is all going to go back on. Sometimes it's easier to remove these bolts. You can take them off. This is the tool I used to compress the spring with. Very valuable tool. It's safe as well, safer than the smaller spring clamps that you use. So both sides all fixed. All the bolts have been torqued up to the right torque. New spring, shocks. Yeah, this side has all been done as well. Time for the wheels to go back on, and we'll take it out for a drive. There you are guys, it's all up and running. 2 new springs fitted, 2 new shock absorbers. Total cost, 2 springs £20 each, that's 40, and 2 shock absorbers £30 each. So a total of £100 to replace both springs and front shock absorbers. Labour cost is 0 as always. All that remains now is to do the tracking.